All right, we are going to move on to openings now, how to write the opening. And the exercise you did last night with the frequently asked questions where you interviewed your partner, that can come into play with your opening when you talk about how your business began, talk about your story. You don't have to use that as your opening. It's an option because people are interested. They want to know, like, how did you get into that? What was the one event that happened that made you start doing this business, but it changed your life forever? So it's one thing that's really powerful. So remember the things that you talked about last night as one option. Another one is the opening or the hook. Using plotline formulas that you find in short stories and movies. This is something I learned from Dan Kennedy. How many of you read fiction or nonfiction? Actually, fiction and short stories more. That's great. That's awesome. I actually don't. I should. I like them, but I find whenever I'm looking at a book to read, I always grab a marketing book. It's just, and I usually have 2 or 3 of them at the same time. But the more you read short stories, the more you read regular fiction, the more you start understanding the flow. Now, I watch movies and I watch television shows, so it's not quite the same. But it's like, sort of, it's a formula. It's a formula, and you start to understand what that formula is and overlay it onto your copy. Everything's great. You set up the scenario. There's trouble in Gotham City. Batman comes, he rescues the world, and everything's all right again. So those kinds of things, think about when you're thinking of your own stories, think about in your copy, and especially as an opening idea. Photo exercise. This is something you're not going to do right now, but it's something to put in your toolbox for later. Another Dan Kennedy idea. What he suggested is that you find a photograph once a week and write a little short story about it. Anything. Like clip art. I actually get Comstock photo, like the royalty-free catalog, so they have all these pictures and stuff, and I'll just go through and I'll just, open it. Okay, let's write a story about this poor, sad creature. She was so hideous. But it's just to start getting those writing muscles working. And if you just leave yourself at 15 minutes and you do it once a week, by the end of the year, you have 52 little stories that you can pull from. You can use in e-zines, you can use in sales letters, you can use in all kinds of marketing materials. Because people love stories. They love them because they're not selling. When you're telling someone a story, they get more engaged. So anytime you can use those, it's good. And don't start from a blank slate. Again, use your swipe files. Look around at what other people are doing. Look at what your competitors are doing or people in your industry and see what you like or you don't like and use that. And don't just restrict yourself to your own industry, though, because a lot of times you'll see, believe it or not, in like guns and ammo, you may see something that relates to diet and exercise that you would never think. But guess what? The people in guns and ammo and the people in the diet and exercise books are probably not reading the same thing. So you can actually like pluck some of those things out. I wish I had brought a little bit more like testosterone magazines. Sorry, guys. and also for the women, we should be reading more of the testosterone kind of magazines so we can meet both target markets. And guys, lots of glamour for you and allure. Lots of those selections. What's that? Starving women. I know. It's really sick, actually. I was at the CBS lot I got my nails done. They actually do my nails on the lot. And they were doing America's Top Model at the auditions. These women were so disgusting. They look like skeletons. They're real tall, and they look pretty on TV because I'm used to it. And I thought, that is just, it's really sick. How do you stay that thin and it's just not healthy. Anyway, it's very sick. It's a horrible epidemic.
They say that the camera adds pounds.
That's true. The camera does add pounds, and I guess that's why they look human. That's why they look human, but in real life they don't even look human. The Oriental Trading Company exercise. How many of you guys have done the Oriental Trading Company? You have, because you're in my boot camp. That's right. All right. it's another option. Let me explain how this works. It's fun. The Oriental Trading Company is a little novelty catalog. You guys get like these like 2 or 3 a month or something. If you ever have kids parties, you do it. You order from them once, and you're just going to get bombarded with these, these little tchotchke things. Can we pass some of these out to the tables, Linda? Do we have them on the tables yet? Well, this is a Halloween one, but the way you actually creepy. The way you do this exercise is when these are passed out to you. You page through, and I learned this from Dan Kennedy too. He has all kinds of fun, creative stuff. And you just page through and find, or you go through Dan's site, promos, and you look for little novelties that are kind of hooks. And you write a story around that hook. And we were in mastermind tables like this at Dan's, and we would pick like one person at the table, like let's say here we would pick like Vicky for the business Buddha. Now it's pretty obvious to do a Buddha, but what other kinds of things could you pick out for a Buddha that you would send, like let's say in a direct mail piece? Not that you're necessarily going to send it in a direct mail piece, but just this is a creative exercise. So if you imagine that you're going to send see now all I have is the Halloween one, and it's just not working for me. Like King Kong, and you have stamps. Well, there's candy, there's gold nuggets. So that's kind of cool. Could have let the business Buddha help you find the gold nuggets in your business.
Sure, and then something fun in the mail they want to keep.
Yeah, and if you do actually get into direct mail, actually Mitch Carson will be talking more about that later on today, but it does get a little more pricey, but you also get read. It gets through the clutter when you do that kind of thing. But my point, what do you have? Locks and keys, right. Open.
Do you want to put one up on the overhead?
Well, mine's all Halloween stuff. Here's a treasure chest. Unlock your treasure, unlock your potential. And, a lot of this stuff is cliches, but we all know what the cliches are. In copy, it's okay to use cliches. In fact, it's encouraged to use cliches in copy. And it's campy. Campy is fun. Absolutely. We had Charlone.
Let me go get a mic.
Oh, yeah, go get a mic.
Lorrie, tell them about everybody fighting over the campy little trinkets.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes. Exactly. When I was at the Dan Kennedy event where he was doing this thing, there were multimillionaires sitting around tables just like this, and we had bags of garbage from this company with balls and sticky things and like American wallets with the flag on them, just crap that you would throw away. And we were fighting like, what did you get in your bag? And it was so funny. People, no matter what level you're at, people like junk. They just do. They like fun things that are new, and that's just it just fun.
Lorrie, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why are cliches okay?
Good question.
I despise them, and so I stay. It's like trying to say something but not saying it.
Right.
And I just go. What are you telling me?
Gotcha.
So
the
that.
The reason cliches are okay is because there's a point of reference we all understand. You don't have to create something and redo
Gotcha.
the wheel.
You're creating an image then.
You're creating an image.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank
And it's there. Another friend of mine with this Oriental Trading magazine, he finances college for people who don't want to be broke when they send their kids to college, and he teaches them how to work the system so you can get as much money as possible, get your kid to college, and not have to mortgage your house. And he went through this, and he found it was a St. Patrick's Day thing. He found a leprechaun, and he sent out this direct mail piece about, are you expecting to find a pot of gold to send your child to college? It ain't going to happen. You need to call me. That kind of thing. And it works. It's very effective. So it's an idea that you can look at for your opening. It's creative. It does get you out of writer's block, most definitely. What other things? So we have a choice here. This was always part of my speed copywriting workshop. It was part of my boot camp. So we can do this exercise as a group right now, or you can write your story that you interviewed out of yourself last night. So I'm going to give you the option, whichever way that you want to go, to use that as a catalyst for starting to write your opening. Are there any questions about that? You have the choice. It's either your story in a succinct paragraph that is why you started your business, how you're different. Basically, why did you wake up one day and decide that you are going to teach people how to speak Spanish, that you are going to, sell pillows? Why did you do that? What specific event happened? And make it, vibrant, bring it to life. Or go through here and find something that brings you out of that brings out your creative copywriter, and find something and write a little paragraph about that. Any questions? Nope. Okay, it's going to be fun, I promise. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, we've been working on the opening, the headlines, and what happens at the beginning. But then what happens after you get them in, you hook them, and suddenly you're like, what do I write now, right? So people are asking me, what do I do to get from the opening to the next level? And so one of the things that you can do are to use bridge phrases, which I've pulled these up from my workbook. And I'm going to make them all accessible to you guys. And they're phrases like, they're transitional phrases that your English teacher would have crossed out and given you, like a C and say, you don't need these kind of words. So one is like, as if that's not enough. Best of all, but wait, there's more. Buy now, by the way. All the stuff you hear on infomercials, all the stuff that you think, it's very conversational. Theirs is, again, buy now, by the way, even better, fair enough, good news. Here's why. Meanwhile. And I will make these all accessible to you guys, but also use the words that sell. This is really just to get you into the groove. Just open it up and just look at, don't be taken in, don't be seduced by, don't be deceived by. It's phenomenal. And I think most of you are using this, but don't just let it sit on your desk. Just open it and use it just to get you out of writer's block, get you moving and grooving. So those are the next steps. And the other thing to know is one thought per paragraph. That's right. When you're looking at the features and the benefits, that's the raw material. That's the nuts and bolts. And every feature and every benefit should be addressed in the sales letter. But you only want one per paragraph. And that's going to do two things. It's going to make them very short, very easy to read. And it's also going to make them short and easy to read. It flows. It's not heavy and laden with a lot of copy that it brings them down. It's airy and your eye just follows through. So does anyone have any questions about the transitional phrases or what kind of would be next? Kyle, wait till the mic, sweetie.
Oh.
Thank you.
A practical question.
Yes.
How long does it take? I've been grilled since I was little. In fact, my grandfather was a dean at Northwestern.
Oh, man.
So my mom and my dad were always like the correct language or grammar.
Right.
Is there because it's plaguing my I can't do this too easily.
I understand. I know you have to unlearn it, and it's going to be challenging. You're going to have issues. Not in a bad way. I need a therapist, a word therapist. It's truly, here's a trick that you can do. Record yourself talking, because I've listened to you, and you're just so easy to talk to, and the things you say are not, if you read the way you talk, I'm sure that your father would like smack your hand or something, right? But record yourself talking and have it transcribed, and you're going to see you use these kind of phrases normally. Maybe not, but wait, there's more. But some of them you'll use naturally. I think that's the only way you're going to do it, is connect with the talking part of you.
Okay.
All right, that's a good question, because it is kind of difficult sometimes to unlearn it, and just challenging, just another thing. You'll overcome it. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Yes.
Mr. Ed Hut Coffee has something to say.
Yes, sir.
You can, a little trick for recording yourself and transcribing or typing in a conversational voice. You can either record it and then email the recording to a transcriptionist like Elizabeth and have them transcribe it, and then all you do is edit, tweak, move, change. Or you can try some of the programs that are out there like Dragon Naturally Speaking and some of the other voice typing programs. They've always frustrated me to no end because they never seem to work quite right, but that's another way where you can just dictate and it types into the computer.
Oh, I have a better one, actually. It's called copytalk.com. You call them on the phone, and you just talk. You call it a dead phone number. They email it to you, like within 24 hours, depending on the day. They're in Florida. And there's a monthly subscription, unlimited transcription. When I was driving a lot and making notes to myself, I used to do it quite a bit. But after a while, I just didn't need it anymore. But it's a really good service that you just call a phone number, whatever your thoughts are for the day, and they'll email it to you. It's kind of cool. Copy Talk, COPYTALK. Thule has, wait for the mic. Where's the mic? You're just falling down on the mic job.
A little tech secret for you with regard to speech recognition programs.
Yes.
Dragon is very good, but you have to have enough memory RAM.
Okay,
And your
great.
computer recommended is 2 gigabytes of RAM. And then it works beautifully.
Cool. Thank you. I love having geeks in the room. I don't know this stuff. I know. It's cool. It's cool. Wait, Vicki, you have to run up here, Mike. I'm sorry. See, now you got all the geek talk going. But we love it. Yes.
Is that program Mac friendly? Okay.
That's
Question
great.
2.
Yes.
Is Copy Talk, it's unlimited for a set
pay-
price? It just,
It's $50 a month, I think. That's
and then
the
you
last
can
time
just
I
call
used
them
it.
every minute of every day if you wanted or whatever. And
That
then,
was my experience.
and then they email you the document. Is it comes as an attachment?
It comes in plain text, completely unformatted, and not as an attachment in the body of the email.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good start at least.
It's a good
so.
start, especially if you want to talk. Linda, this would be great for you too, just for getting out of your own head and stuff. Maybe I'll resubscribe, actually. It's cool. All right, I'm going to let you guys get back to writing because that's what we're really here for. And, oh, there's a free tile of Copy Talk? Okay. And what I want to do, too, if you are interested in playing our little, like, exchange thing at the end of the day, then, and Jason Chase is in the back. By the way, again, reminder, he'll be here for the rest of the afternoon. But if you want to do that, you want to come up with an offer, then give it to Linda. If you want to just write it like on the index card, if you don't have anything with you, just hand it to Linda, and we'll go from there. John, how are we getting the names for the websites and email addresses, the contact information? Are we passing around something, or what are we doing? It's starting around already? Yeah. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I didn't know it was happening. All right, so anything else, guys? There are
No,
more.
sorry, Dragon is not Mac friendly. However, there appear to be other solutions like iSpeech and iDictate. So.
There's some more. All right, guys, so it's writing time again. Let's get back to writing. And